I'm going to solve the mini-test equations of lines in this video. The first question was graph each line using the indicated method. The first line is y equal negative 3x plus 2 using table of values. What you are going to do is that you are going to substitute the value of x in the equation and then solve for y. So the first one is going to be negative 3 times x. X is 2, negative 2 here, so negative 2 plus 2, which is going to be 6 plus 2, which is going to be 8. The next one is negative 1, so I'm going to say negative 3 times negative 1 plus 2, which is going to be 3 plus 2, which is going to be 5. The next one is 0, so it's going to be negative 3 times 0 plus 2, which is going to be 0 plus 2, which is going to be 2. Next one is negative 3 times 1 plus 2, which is negative 3 plus 2, which is negative 1. And the last one is negative 3 times 2 plus 2 is negative 6 plus 2, which is negative 4. Then we go to our graph on the right and we are going to plot the points. The first one is x is negative 2, so it's going to be negative 2 and 8. Now 8 and negative 2 is going to be this point here on the top. Next one is negative 1 and 5, so x is negative 1. The graph does not show exactly how the y-axis is divided, so I'm going to divide it approximately like this. So it's going to be negative 1 and 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's going to be a point, hopefully it's going to be here. Then is 0 and 2, 0 and 2 is going to be here. Then the point 1 and negative 1, x is 1, y is negative 1, which is going to be here. And the last point is 2 and negative 4, so 2x is here, and negative 4 is going to be around here. So now we are going to try to draw a line through these 5 points. So our line that goes through these 5 points is drawn here. The next problem is to plot the line x minus 2y minus 4 equal to 0 using xy intercept. Just to recall that to find the x-intercepts, you set y equal to 0. To find y-intercept, you set x equal to 0. So to find the x-intercept, I set y equal to 0. So I get x minus 2 times 0 minus 4 is equal to 0. Again, y is equal to 0. So I get x minus 4 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 4. So the x-intercept is going to be the ordered pair 4 and 0, y 0. For y-intercept, I let x equal to 0. So I get 0 minus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. So I get negative 2, 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. I bring negative 4 to the right, I get negative 2y is equal to 4, because negative 4 changes sign, becomes 4. I divide by negative 2. I get y is equal to negative 2. This means that the y-intercept is going to be 0 and negative 2. Now, we go to the graph and we plot these 2 points. The first one is 4, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 0 is this one. And the next one is 0 and negative 2. If we divide this one into 2, then negative 2 is going to be 0 and negative 2 is here. Then we try to plot the line. Now as you can see, the line is drawn going through the 2 points. In question number 2, we are supposed to find the equation of the line drawn in slope y-intercept form. Remember that slope y-intercept form of any line is given by y is equal mx plus b. M is the slope and b is the y-intercept. It is easy to see that the y-intercept is this point here, which is equal to -2. To find the slope, take 2 points on the graph. For instance, I take this point and also I take this point. Remember, the division here is 1 division here. Now what we do is that we are going to start going from the first point to the second point. So to go to the second point, I'm going to rise 2 units. So my slope is going to be rise over run, so I go 2 units up, so it's +2. And at the same time, I go 1 unit to the right. So my run is +1. So the slope is 2. And we said that the y-intercept is -2. So the equation of the line becomes 2x minus 2. Question number 3 asks to find the slope of the line going through the points 5, -2, and 3 and 4. We use the formula m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's assume this is point 1 and this is point 2. Then from point 2, y2 is 4. From point 1, y1 is -2. So I'm going to write 4 minus 2, y2 minus y1, divided by x2. x2 is the x-coordinate of the second point, which is 3, minus x-coordinate of the first point, which is 5. So I get 4 minus 2 is +2, divided by 3 minus 5 is -2. So we get 6 over -2, which is going to be -3. In question 3b, we have to find the equation for the line going through the points given in 3a, 5, -2, 3, 4. We know that the equation of a line in slope y-intercept form is equal to y is equal mx plus b. We know that m from 3a is -3, so the answer is -3x plus b. Now we have to find b. The easiest way to do it is to look at any one of those 2 points and sub it back in this equation and solve for b. Let's assume we use point 2. Point 2, y is 4, so I say 4 for y, and then x is 3, so I'm going to sub 3 for x. -3 times 3 is -9 plus b. To solve this one for b, I'm going to move -9 to the left, so I get 4 plus 9 is equal to b, so b is equal to 13. So the equation of line becomes y is -3x plus 13. The last equation for part A, it says that Matthew is 15 years old and is 170 centimeters tall. His height increases by 1.5 centimeters every year. What is the equation in slope y-intercept? First of all, we know that his initial height is 170. So b, or y-intercept initial value, is 170. And every year, his height increases by 1.5 centimeter. Again, remember this keyword every. This means that 1.5 is the slope, so we have m is 1.5. So the equation y is equal to 1.5x plus 170. Now, remember, x is number of years since he was 15 years old, and y is his height. The second part, it says that he's planning to play professional basketball. The minimum height to join Toronto Raptors is 215. At what age can he join Toronto Raptors? We know that his height sometime in future is 215. So this means y is 215. So I'm going to write 215 is equal to 1.5x plus 170. To solve this one for x, I'm going to bring this one to the left, so it becomes 1.5x is 215 minus 170, and that one is going to give me 45. Now to solve this for x, I'm going to divide both sides by 1.5. I get x is equal to 30. This is 30 years since he was 15. So his age, because the question said as what age, so you say your age is 15 plus 30, meaning when he's 45 years old, he can join Toronto Raptors.